Hi girls and boys, welcome back to another exciting session of storytelling. My name is storyteller Jeremy, and today I'm going to share with all of you the story of the Talkative Tortoise. But before we begin, let's start with our storytime song first. You know the actions and you know the words. Let's do it together. Ready? Let's go. It's story time today. It's story time today. Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Are you listening? Are you listening? Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. It's story time today. It's story time today. Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Good job, everybody. Now let's begin our story of the Talkative Tortoise. Our story takes place near a pond where the grass they would grow and grow and grow so high up until they almost touched the sky, and where the water was blue and crystal clear. Now, girls and boys, different insects and different animals live near the pond as well. Can you make a guess what kind of insects or what kind of animals live in the pond? Good job! Now, in this very special pond, there lived some butterflies. Now, let's use our hands to create a butterfly. Everyone, let's stretch out both our hands and let's put our thumbs together. And we are going to flap our fingers like the butterfly's wings. And let's flap it over here. And let's flap it over here. Oh! Can our butterfly fly up as high as it can go? Let's flap it down low as well. Down by the pond, there live some butterflies. Some beautiful butterflies. And the butterflies flew all around, and the butterflies flew all around. Oh, bye-bye butterflies! Now, what other insects live down by the pond? I know, maybe some water bugs. Let's use our hands to create some water bugs. Now, same thing, let's stretch out both our hands and let's put our thumbs together. But instead of flapping it like the butterfly, we are going to create some, creepy crawly legs. And our water bug is gonna crawl over here and it's going to crawl over here. What if it hops up high and goes back down low? Should we try that one more time? Ready? And hops up high and goes back down low. Down by the pond, there were some water bugs. Some hopping water bugs. And the water bugs hopped all around, and the water bugs hopped all around. Now, girls and boys, let's look down in the pond, under the water. What do we see? I know, maybe we see some fish. Let's use our hands to make a fish. So let's put our hands together just like that, and we're gonna go swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. And let's make a fish. Down by the pond, there live some fish, some swimming fish. And the fish they swam all around, and the fish they swam all around. Now, girls and boys, if we listen very, very closely, we might just hear an animal. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? I think I hear that. Can you make a guess what animal it is? That's right, it's a frog. And the frog is hopping all around. Down by the pond, there live some frogs, some hopping frogs. And the frogs, they hopped all around, and the frogs, they hopped all around. Bye-bye, frogs! Now the frogs, whenever it started to rain, whenever it starts to drizzle, can we all do this action together? Whenever it starts to drizzle, and let's all pat our thighs. And when it starts to rain even heavier, and let's do it even louder and even louder, and the rain will come running down and down and down. The frogs, they would all come out and they would croak and croak and croak. And all the animals and all the insects, they would be very, very happy. Now, when the rain slowly subsided, and when the sky started to clear away, all the animals, they would also come out and they would eat and they would drink and they would dance and they would play. And there also lived an animal, and this animal would also come out to play when the rain stopped. And it was the tortoise. The tortoise would crawl out and he would eat all the leaves all around, and he would go splashing and swimming in the pond, and he would play and have fun. Now, this little tortoise, he loved to talk a lot, and he would talk like this: yak, 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 yak. Now, his name was the Talkative Tortoise. Why do you think he was called the Talkative Tortoise, boys and girls? That's right, because he loved to talk a lot. Can we all make the talking sound like the Talkative Tortoise? Ready? Let's go. Yak, 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 yak. Now, the Talkative Tortoise would crawl all around the pond, and he would see the different insects and the different animals. Now, he would see the butterflies. Girls and boys, do you remember how to make the butterfly action we did just now? You do? Alright, can you make the action, please? Now, the Talkative Tortoise is going to talk to your butterfly, okay? So the tortoise is going to go yak, 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 yak. And your butterfly is going to flap, flap, flap its wings. Ready? Yak, 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 yak. Now, the butterflies, they didn't like to talk to the Talkative Tortoise, and so they flew away. Now, the other insect that the Talkative Tortoise liked talking to was the water bugs. Whenever the Talkative Tortoise saw the water bugs, he would go yak, 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 yak. Now, girls and boys, can you do the action for the water bug one more time, please? Alright, now the Talkative Tortoise is going to talk to your water bug. Ready? Yak, 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 yak. But do you think the water bug liked talking to the Talkative Tortoise? I don't think so. And so the water bug would hop away. Oh dear. And so the Talkative Tortoise, he crawled and crawled and crawled, and he looked down into the pond and he saw some fish. Now, girls and boys, can you do the action for the fish, please? Now, the Talkative Tortoise is going to talk to the fish, and he's gonna go yak, 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 yak. And the fish, they all swam away. Oh dear. Girls and boys, how do you think the Talkative Tortoise felt? Oh, Talkative Tortoise looks a bit sad. But Talkative Tortoise, he crawled and he crawled and he crawled, and he saw the frog. Now, girls and boys, can you do an action for frog? So everyone, let's get down on our knees and our hands, and we are gonna hop around like a frog, okay? And the frog's gonna make a sound, ribbit, 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 ribbit. Now, the Talkative Tortoise is going to talk to your frog. Are you ready? Yak, 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 yak. Now, do you think that the frogs like talking to the Talkative Tortoise? No, they didn't like talking to the Talkative Tortoise, and so they all hopped away as well. Now, the Talkative Tortoise, he felt very sad because the butterflies didn't want to talk to him, the water bugs didn't want to talk to him, the fish didn't want to talk to him, and the frogs, they didn't want to talk to him as well. So Talkative Tortoise, he crawled and he crawled and he crawled. One day, as Talkative Tortoise was out exploring around the pond, he saw a huge shadow on the ground, and there wasn't just one shadow, there were two shadows, two huge, beautiful, big shadows. Now these shadows, they had big, large wings. Now, girls and boys, can you stretch out your arms and show me your beautiful big wings? Talkative Tortoise, he looked up, and up high in the sky, he saw two majestic-looking geese. One of them flew high up just like this, and the other one flew even higher just like this. And the both of them, they flew high up into the sky. And they landed near the pond where Talkative Tortoise was. Now, when Talkative Tortoise saw the two geese, he was very, very excited, and he wanted to talk to them. And Talkative Tortoise, he saw them, and he crawled towards them, and he wanted to, you guessed it, talk to them. And Talkative Tortoise went yak 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 yak, and the two geese, they went honk 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 honk, and Talkative Tortoise once again went yak 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 yak, and the two geese, they went honk 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 honk. Now this continued well into the evening when the sun went down, and the three of them, they became the best of friends. Talkative Tortoise and the two geese, they would talk all day and all night. And wherever Talkative Tortoise went, the two geese, they would follow. And wherever the two geese went, Talkative Tortoise, he would follow as well. Now, boys and girls, remember the pond? One day, the sun shone brighter and brighter. It felt hotter and hotter. And the waters in the pond started going lower and lower and lower. And soon there wasn't going to be any more water left in the pond. The butterflies, they quickly flew away. The water bugs, they hopped away. The fish, they swam away. And the frogs, they hopped away as well. All who were left were the two geese and Talkative Tortoise. The three friends, the two geese and Talkative Tortoise, they looked at the pond. There was not much water left. Oh dear, they scratched their heads and they tried to think of an idea. They thought and they thought and they thought. Girls and boys, do you have any ideas? Now the two geese, they had beautiful big wings, so they could easily fly away. But girls and boys, does Talkative Tortoise have any wings? I don't think so. Does Talkative Tortoise walk fast or slow? Oh dear, he walks slow because he's got a very heavy shell. And so they scratched their heads and they thought and they thought and they thought. Now Talkative Tortoise, he looked afar. What's that, Talkative Tortoise? And he saw something. It was a stick. And then Talkative Tortoise said, I have an idea. Why don't I bite into the middle of the stick, and the both of you, the two geese, you can, with your long beaks, hold on to each side of the stick and flap your wings so that we can fly high, high, high up into the sky, and we can look for a new pond together. Do you think that's a good idea, girls and boys? I think that's a great idea. Oh, but before the three friends flew high up into the sky, the two geese warned the Talkative Tortoise. Now, Talkative Tortoise, you need to remember that once you've bitten onto the stick, you cannot talk, because can you make a guess what will happen if Talkative Tortoise opens up his mouth and talks? That's right, because if you open up your mouth, you'll fall right down into the ground. So Talkative Tortoise, he said, I promise not to open up my mouth. So Talkative Tortoise, he bit into the middle of the stick, and the two geese with their long beaks held on to the sides of the stick, and they flew high, high, high up into the sky. Talkative Tortoise, he saw the butterflies, he saw the water bugs, he saw the fish, he saw the frogs. He wanted to say hello to all of them, but girls and boys, can he open up his mouth? No, no, no. And so he had to keep really quiet. And he flew and he flew and he flew until they flew past a village. Now, when they flew past the village, all the children in the village, they looked up and they saw Talkative Tortoise and the 2 geese. And they pointed at the 3 of them and they laughed and they laughed and they laughed. Now, Talkative Tortoise, he was very angry. Do you think he should open up his mouth? No, no, no. But they continued. They pointed and they laughed and they laughed and they laughed and they laughed even louder. Girls and boys, can you join in to laugh even louder at Talkative Tortoise and his 2 friends? Ready? Now, Talkative Tortoise, he was very angry, and so he opened up his mouth. Talkative Tortoise, he landed on his shell and he got up, but thankfully he was all right. All that happened to him was he had little cracks all over his shell. The 2 geese, they flew down to check in on their friend, and they looked at him and, "Oh, I'm all right, friends. I only have tiny little cracks on my shell." Now, when the 3 friends, they looked around and they saw grass that was even greener, grass that was even taller, and there was enough food and water for everyone. And the 3 friends, they lived there happily ever after, swimming in the pond, flying in the skies, playing all day and all night, and talking every time. The end. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for listening to the story of the Talkative Tortoise. We hope that you've had fun. Before we go, let's sing our goodbye song together. Story time is over now, story time is over now, story time is over now, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye friends, it's time to go. Goodbye friends, it's time to go. Goodbye friends, it's time to go. It's time to say goodbye. And don't forget to watch the other stories and follow us on social media, Storytelling Center SG, and also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye everyone!